So here we are again at the Defender TD5, chasing the air leak in the fuel system. We are currently under the driver's side rear wheel, removing the old looking fuel filter. It does look quite old, but it's only maybe 6 months old at the best. It does get a bit of a hard time down there, and there will be fuel in it. You will note on this one there is no electrical connector. Some will have them, some won't at the bottom, and that's to do with whether you want a sensor in the fuel. I happen to break mine, so not to be unconnected, but I will be putting one on later on. Tip the fuel out and we're good to get going. So this first one we're looking at is the actual air bleed valve, and the second one we're going to do is the return check valve. Now these connectors, even though they came off quite easily here, I did have to lubricate them and work them around a fair bit in order to get them off. So just take your time with them, and you can see they are quite badly corroded. And make sure you remember which one goes where. They are color coded. So 90mm socket on the brass fitting, and they are not that tight. Once you've got them moving, as you can see, finger tight, I can easily withdraw them using my fingers. Like I say, this is the air bleed valve, which does have a plastic filter on the end, which is the part we're going to get rid of. So the filter should just screw out quite easily, and even though it doesn't look too bad, I did try blowing through both ways of this valve and no air at all was getting through, and it should be a one-way valve, so air should go through one way. And here we go with the return valve. Now this one's a strange one because some will have this plastic valve in and some won't, and as you'll see, mine has absolutely nothing in. And when you see the part that I'm going to put in, you will see it doesn't really do much, it just narrows the hole. So first up, replacement filter. On this side I've actually gone with the brass fitting as well. I did clean the other one up, but this one looked too far gone. Comparison to make sure they're going to fit, they look good enough to me. And make sure you do use a new copper washer on these, which is usually supplied as part of the kit. So just lube the O-ring up, and the O-ring will go in first. And it is quite a tight fit, it took me a little bit to squeeze them in. Next up, copper washer. This is the return valve, check valve. As you can see, it's a bit of plastic and it's just a through and through, so I have no idea what it does, but as I said, some will have them and some won't. Again, the O-ring goes on first, a new copper washer, and I am using the old brass valve. Do not over tighten these, as this will come back to haunt me later on. You can see the actual filter housing is in pretty, it doesn't look too bad from there because I cleaned it up and used some rust killer on. And again, I'm just going to nip this up. Do not over tighten, that is not how the copper washers work. I did have to scrape off a bit of debris that was on these. And again, make sure you put these on correctly. They are color coded, just remember which one goes where. You can chase them back if you do forget where they go, but just easier to remember the colour coding to start with. And these just push fit snap back on, and I would suggest putting the far side one on first and tightening it down before you put the near side one on, because it's hard to get the access otherwise with your spanner. Here's the shiny new one. Again, just hand tight first off, get good seal, and nip that up, not a problem. So nipped up, happy with that, all feels pretty firm, and again, one with the colour coding, it also helps keep the dirt out. And push fit on. I did have to rework this push fit a couple of times because it did come quite loose. I was able to repair it, Back on with the new filter, a little bit of lubrication to make sure you get a good seal. This time I've gone with a more expensive filter, a better quality one. I'm hoping this will keep the air out. Do not over tighten it, even though it looks like at the end I'm putting a fair bit of force on this. I'm just feeling it round to make sure it does get a good bond. You literally just have to nip it up and that should be good to go. Looks good to me. Everything's tightened down, looking good. Back on with the cover. I have treated this and made it look a lot more presentable than it was when it first came off. It does take a bit of hammer down there, so low to the ground. And push fit on, clip in, and that's the job done. Next we need to purge the air out of the fuel system, which you've seen before. Ignition on and 5 or 6 pumps on the throttle quick, and it will go through the old purge system. The engine management lights will come on, yellow one flashing, and it will purge itself. Depends on how much air is in the system. Plenty of gurgling, and that's it. Job done.